Hi everyone, I am Momma Cuisine Johanna Cook, and I want to let you know that Momma Cuisine is the proud sponsor of the Good Food Festival 2014 this spring at the UIC Forum from March 13th through the 15th. It is a great way to spend time with the family, meet over 50 farmers, artisans, chefs, and there's a really great area for the kids to play and a great time to spend with the family. So make sure you come out this March 13th through 15th for the Good Food Festivals. Go ahead and go to the website www.goodfoodfestivals.com for ticket information and more info. We'll see you there. Bye. I am Momma Cuisine Johanna Cook, and you are watching this week's episode of Great Everyday Meals, where I am cooking up recipes with simple ingredients and basic cooking techniques. It's all about light and delish recipes this January, as everyone is kind of, on top of their New Year's resolutions, going to the gym every day and eating healthier. And I wanted to bring some light and delish recipes to help us eat well without sacrificing taste. Which it's hard for me to cut down on the food part of the eating healthy because I just love to eat so much. So I wanted to create this really delicious recipe for seared tuna salad. Tuna salad, we usually know it as popping it out of the can, mayo, maybe dicing up some, celery and carrots and putting it in there and, mixing it all up. This is kind of a higher end version and a lighter version because we're going to take the mayonnaise completely out of the recipe. And I'll show you exactly what to do now. First, you're gonna need 2 steaks of ahi tuna. This is so beautiful right here. And we have bell pepper, some scallions, red onion, celery, and I'm gonna throw in some snow peas. This is good to just give it some crunch, some really good fresh flavors. We're also going to put in some capers. That's going to be good for the salt. We won't really need to put in a lot of regular salt because capers, as you know, is so salty. We have a little deli mustard and olive oil, which when we whisk together creates that creamy texture that we all know and love in tuna salad. So let's get started with this. What I'm going to do now actually is turn on my grill here. Let's see here. We're gonna start with our dressing. Because this tuna is not canned, it's fresh tuna, it's gonna break apart. Obviously it's not out of a can, so we want to be more gentle with it. So what I'm gonna do is actually start with the dressing in the bottom. What we're gonna do is take our deli mustard, put that on the bottom. I have some capers here. Take a few of these capers. It comes in salted water. And you don't need too much of that because, like we said, that's very salty. So we don't want a lot of the caper berries, not too much. So here's our capers. It's about another teaspoon. I actually don't need all of this. And we'll just roughly chop. Roughly chop your capers. If you don't like capers, you can take this out completely. And maybe add a little bit more of your deli mustard. There you go. Then we're going to drizzle about a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. So while that's drizzling, you just want to whisk. And whisk it really, really good. And this will be a nice light dressing over your tuna without overpowering it, right? And that way you taste really the fresh tuna more than the actual dressing. We just want some really nice flavor. So let's give this a taste. Just a taste real quick. Nice and salty. I'm gonna do some fresh cracked pepper. Just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to add some of this caper juice. And that's why you always taste your food, because then you'll know how to gauge it. You want to add this or that. So much easier to add than to try and take it out. You'll have to start all over again. Oops, I think this is good now. The other side of my spoon. Let's try. That is good. Just the right kind of saltiness, that nice bite from the deli mustard, creaminess from the olive oil, and a little bit of that caper juice, you know, that kind of salty water that it's packed in, really, really helps. So let's set this apart here, set this aside, and we can cut our veggies. Snow peas. Awesome. That's going to be the vegetables that we're going to toss in. We have our tuna here all ready to go. What we're going to do is add some olive oil to our grill over here. And if you don't have spray, what you need to do is get a paper towel, just regular paper towel. We're going to put some olive oil on it. Very nice. And this is just to make sure. And you have to be careful because the grill is very hot. So use your tongs and you take your towel. We are going to go onto our tuna. Very easily we're going to put some salt on one side here. A little salt, a little pepper. Very nice. Little bit of olive oil. That's it. That's all we're going to do. So a little bit here. And massage it on. Very nice. I'm going to take this and put it on the grill. So now our tunas are on the grill with the seasoned side down. Now that the other side is up, we're going to hit that with some salt. Same thing like we did to the other side. A little bit of salt, some pepper, a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit because we did oil the grill already. And what we're going to do now is close this up and make sure that it has a nice outer sear. What's cool about my grill is that it actually has a sear setting, and if yours doesn't, just put it at the highest setting. And I closed it down so that it sears evenly on both sides. What we want to do now is take it out slowly. And I cooked it more all the way through than you normally would, where it's really rare in the middle, because I was thinking if you were going to take this to work, you don't really want to keep it rare, but you did want to have a really nice sear. And what I did is actually move it also so that it has that really nice crisscross pattern. I'm going to take this off. This looks really good to me. I'm going to turn this off. Oh, it smells so good. And we didn't do anything to this. We just put a little bit of salt and pepper and olive oil. What we need to do now is let that rest a couple of minutes. After that rests a couple of minutes and it's easier to handle, we're going to slice it through and then toss it in with all our vegetables and that wonderful, light, delicious dressing that'll make our seared tuna salad perfect for your light and delish meal. Now our tuna has cooled a little bit, but it's still a little warm, which is actually nice because when we toss it in with the olive oil and that mustard and caper and a little bit of that caper juice, those flavors will go in to the tuna and make that more flavorful, which is perfect, exactly what we want. So remember, we chopped up some vegetables earlier, right? We have one bell pepper that we chopped up. We have like a small handful of snow peas, which is good to give it some crunch. We have celery that we diced, actually sliced thinly at an angle. Same thing with scallions and red onions. You can do whatever combination that you like in your salad usually. This was just the simplest. You know me. I like you to build on your own things and give you freedom, which what cooking should be. Give you freedom to mix it up. So whatever veggies you want to add in here, feel free to do that. This is just what I had in the fridge and what I'm going to add. So now our tuna's here. I'm going to take one really nice and firm here and we're going to slice this up. Let's see here. Very nicely, and we want thick slices. See, it's still kind of pink in the middle, but I didn't cook it real rare. Because if this was something you were going to bring to the office with you, you don't really want to keep that middle too rare. If you were going to, let's say, put it in your lunchbox and take to work, or, you know, to class, or even for your kids if they like tuna to bring to school. So I cooked it a little bit more through. So there you go. We're going to take our second one and do the same thing. Slice it thin. So yummy. This is so good if you're having lunch with some friends coming over. Slice this gently because tuna, it's a prettier presentation than your typical, I mean, compare this to your typical tuna salad out of a can. It doesn't even compare. And of course with flavor and freshness too. It's gonna be so we have our sliced tuna here. What we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna whisk this up again. Now remember what we put in here: olive oil, some capers, a little Dijon mustard, and pepper. We didn't add any salt because capers are super salty, and we added a little bit of that caper juice in there, so that is already salty as well. So I didn't want to add any more salt than we needed to. We're just going to slowly put this all in here. Tuna. And this is off the grill, so we had it cool off, but it's still a little bit warm. I'm going to toss this in gently because I do want to keep these big slices. Very gently fold it in. And now we're going to add our delicious fresh vegetables in here. Oh my God, all those colors. So pretty. We eat with our eyes, they say, right? All those greens and reds. That beautiful tuna. Even that tuna has a little pink. And this looks pretty good. We don't want to overwork it because I want to keep that tuna nice and big chunks. And that's why I'm using the spatula so that I could softly toss this all together. Let's grab a bowl and let's go ahead and put this in here. This is so beautiful. Can you see that, you guys? It's so pretty. And this is not your mama's tuna salad, but it is this mama's tuna salad. It's gonna be so good, so fresh. Let's put this in here. I mean, imagine this display. You could eat this with baguettes. You could eat this with, you know, some greens. Buy some salad greens. Put that in there. This, I mean, we even added snow peas to this, so you get that crunch. And everything's raw, right? We didn't really cook anything. All the veggies we kept raw, except for, of course, the tuna. Put this in here. Oh, this is so pretty. In this pretty little bowl is your tuna salad. Oh my God, this is enough for like 4 people. If you guys have some baguettes, a little bit of salad greens, this is so good. Let me try a piece here. Let's see, I want to get some of these scallions. I love scallions. I mean, a little bit of tuna. It's so good, so fresh, so light and delish. This is exactly what we wanted to accomplish with this recipe. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and try it for yourself. It's such a great new way to have tuna salad. I promise you're gonna enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Great Everyday Meals. I'll see you next week. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and we'll try it for you. Try it for you. Try it for yourself. Oh my God. This tuna stuck in my throat. I was sick.
Sometimes,
man.
Mama.